Okay, go.
Okay, you ready? Oh, it's going. Okay. Hi, I'm Bailey, and I will be teaching you guys how to do CPR and the Heimlich maneuver. Now, I am licensed through the American Red Cross Association and North Kansas City Hospital, so I'm just giving you an overview on how to do these life or death situations. So you can take this advice and you can use it if something was happening that you need to use this, but I highly recommend you actually going to a class and getting licensed to do the Heimlich maneuver and CPR to do it more efficiently in the future. Now, Ethan is over here and he's going to be my dummy for today. And the first thing that I'm going to be doing is teaching you guys how to do the Heimlich maneuver. The first thing that you need to do is take two arms. Oh wait, no, wait. Act like you're choking. And the first thing you need to do is go up to the victim and ask them for permission if you can help them. That's the number one thing. And if they nod, yeah, and they're in distress, they're probably going to be like wobbling around and because they can't breathe and they're freaking out. So what you're going to do is go up behind them and tell them, I'm going to help you, of course. And you're going to take both of your fists and squeeze them together like this as hard as you can. And then when you do, you're going to bring all your force into their diaphragm, which is right below their ribs. And when you do that, you're going to, when you bring all your force back, you're going to lift up with your fist at the same time. So when you bring it back, you lift it up, and that will dislodge the item. And what do you do if they're choking and they're already on the floor and they're unconscious? Well, Ethan's going to be choking, he's on the floor. And this is what you do, because they're going to be on their back like this, and what you do is you're going to turn them on their side, and you're going to get your legs in between them, and you're going to take the palm of your hand like this, and you're going to find the middle of their back, and you're going to swing back and hit as hard as you can to hopefully dislodge the item. Now, what they used to teach is you do the hook technique with your fingers to try to go in the throat and hook it out just yourself, but they find that over the years that that is not very good because you're just going to dislodge it more in the throat. So that's what you do. Now, what do you do if someone is like just holding onto their chest and they look like, oh my gosh, my chest hurts, and then they fall to the floor? Well, they're probably having a heart attack. And if they do that and they're laying on the floor and they're unconscious, you lay them flat on their back and then move their feet to their side and their arms to their side like this, so they're all flat on the floor. And you go up to the victim and you check their pulse to make sure that they don't have a pulse or anything like that. And once you do, you start resuscitations. Now you need to make sure that where you push down is right in the middle of their sternum, and if you go too low, there's this triangular like bone below the sternum called the xiphoid process, and if you push on that, that is going to break off and then damage internal organs. So make sure it's right on the nipple line, which is right about here, and you make a fist like this, and then you stabilize it with the other hand. Now when you do compressions, you want to make sure you're not rocking back and forth. You want to make sure you're using all of your pressure in the middle. And when you push down, you're almost breaking their sternum using so much force because you're trying to go 2 inches deep into their chest because you're forcing air. You're replicating and breathing. So you do that 30 times to the beat of Staying Alive, and I'm not going to sing for you. You can just imagine what the beat is to that. And then after you do 30 compressions, you go over to the mouth, lift their chin, press their nose, open their mouth, and when you breathe in, do it twice, and each time that you breathe in, you need to make sure that their chest is rising each time that you do. And if their chest is not rising, that means you're not giving enough breath in your mouth. Now, if you come across an instance where they look like they have a lot of air in their stomach, that means you're not doing compressions very well, and you're only doing enough breathing. Because if you're doing that, then that means you're not replicating the breathing process to bring them back to life. And so you do that, 30 compressions and then 2 breaths until help arrives. And hopefully they wake up. And that's how you do CPR and Heimlich maneuver.